Today we have so much to talk about together. We're going to start off. Royal Caribbean has made a big release, and I want to let you know why it matters to you, what is going on with Royal Caribbean. Next up, we need to talk about the Love Boat cruise again. Princess made another press release. Teeny bit more information, and still not everything we're looking for, so I'm going to bring you up to date on that. We're going to talk about our 2026 group cruises. I'm getting a lot of questions about that, so I feel like I need to let you know where I stand with group cruises, what we're doing in 2026, as well as looking forward. Finally, AI. How do you use artificial intelligence? Do you Google things? Do you use ChatGPT as you plan for your travel, for your cruises, for other things in your life? We're going to talk that over, and I want us to have a big discussion as a Let's Go family, because I've got some information and some ways to think about things that I think will make a big difference. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it is July 29th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, today's the day. I would love to have you with us, so please hit that subscribe button, please hit the bell next to it. That way you will receive a notification every time we go live, every time we put up a video, so that you don't miss out on anything. And if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you very much. We'd love to welcome all of those of you who are new and all of those who have been with us. We're delighted to have you all here. So let's start off at the top talking about Royal Caribbean. So Royal Caribbean has just released their second quarter 2025 earnings. That includes an awful lot of numbers, a lot of information there based on what they expected, what they actually achieved, where they stand on everything. The important thing, there's a few things that I think that we need to know as cruisers, and especially people who are either going to definitely sail on Royal Caribbean or are thinking about it. So a really important number on everything that they released is for that quarter, on an average, they sailed at 110% of capacity. 100% of capacity is if every cabin on the ship has 2 guests in it. You pick up that extra 10% when people add third or fourth guests to the cabins. So you've already got 2 people going, and then, children come or good friends come. Sometimes people do that to make it a little more affordable to go together. And so that's how we get to 110%. Their earnings are doing amazingly well. They've done a great job. Looking forward, their future is very bright. So what does that mean to those of us who maybe keep looking at those Royal Caribbean cruises and wondering when the price is going to come down, and what is sailing at 110% but still missing a little bit of your earnings that you were expecting to get? What does that mean? So first up, if you are going to be sailing on a Royal Caribbean ship, I firmly believe that they are going to be redoubling their efforts with onboard spending. They are going to try to make all of the different things that you can spend your money on look more attractive, so that more of their guests spend their money on that. That can range from everything to specialty dining, to their drink packages, to when you go to, a perfect day at Coco Cay, to renting a cabana. There are so many ways that you spend money while you're on board that they consider onboard spending, that I think Royal Caribbean is really going to amp up. And it'll be interesting to see how many of those things have a price increase as well. In my video the other day, as people were kind of waffling about how expensive the Plus or Premier package is right now with Princess, I pointed out that with Royal Caribbean, unless you're booked on a cruise, you cannot go in and see how much their beverage package costs. Clearly that's not going to change, and it'll be interesting to see if those costs go up as well. But they aren't quite as transparent about it as, for example, Princess is. The other thing that I think is really going to matter is if you are someone that keeps looking at different cruises on Royal Caribbean and wondering when those prices are going to fall. I don't see them falling for the foreseeable future, because the demand is so strong. If you sail at 110% for an entire quarter, that means people are booking your cruises and they're paying the prices that you're asking. So let me know in the comments, do you have a Royal Caribbean cruise booked? Are you looking to go on a Royal Caribbean cruise? And what do you think about it all? What do you think about the pricing when you pull up to go like on Icon of the Seas or any of the other ships that they've got? It's really remarkable how well Royal Caribbean is doing. They're clearly doing something right. And so I look forward to keeping my eye on them and keeping you up to date with it. Second up, we've been talking about the Love Boat Cruise around here. We have a group going, Gordon and I do. So if you want to join us, it is November 16th of 2025. So just really around the corner, round trip out of Galveston. So Princess keeps releasing some more information about it. And by the way, we went on the last Love Boat Cruise and it was on the Enchanted Princess round trip from New York City to New England in Canada. And we had the best time together. We really had the best time. It sailed August 31st, 2024, and right about that time is when they announced this Love Boat Cruise, and it's just really fun. The cast from the old TV show come on board the ship and are there for the entire cruise. They have a lot of activities that everybody can join in, so it's a really fun cruise as well as having a group and doing fun things together that way. So yesterday, last week, I think it was last week, the week before, I let you know that Princess had announced what they are doing with their Love Boat packages for that cruise. That's a really big deal. We've been waiting for that. Yesterday, they made another press release. The only thing that was brand new news in that was that Lauren Tewes is now going to be joining the Love Boat cast. So on the 2023, I think it was 2023 or 2022, years run together in my mind, they had a Love Boat cruise out of Los Angeles. And all of the cast members were there, including Lauren Tewes. That was an amazing cruise. And then fast forward to the one that they did last year, and she was not there. The rest of the cast members for the TV show were there, but she was not able to join. And so they have waited this long to announce that she indeed will be joining the rest of the cast this year. So that's really fun. We get to see her again. She's absolutely delightful. I really enjoy listening as she shares her memories and her experiences. She's an amazing lady, a really strong and amazing lady. But at any point, that's what they released yesterday. We still do not know how much that package is going to cost. They call it the Captain's Package, or how we're going to be getting that. I'm sure we're going to be getting it by calling Princess or having your travel agent add it to your booking once they add that as a possibility. I called Princess again today. They don't know. And so I'll let you know as soon as I hear that information. Alrighty, let's move on and talk about our group cruises. If you look at our website, which is letsgotraveltips.com, just all run together, no apostrophe on let's, just letsgotraveltips.com. You can click where it says group cruises and it drops down the list of the group cruises that we have. You click on the cruise and then it brings up the information with the itinerary and the dates and everything. So what I want you to know about 2026 is that unless all of the planets align again, I don't see 2026 ever being repeated as far as what we do with group cruises, because all of the group cruises in 2026 are for a very specific reason. We start out in, and I want to say how important it is to me, the experience that you have on a group cruise. It is remarkable to get to sail together. I think it is one of the amazing things that cruisers can come together, or people that have never sailed before can come together and have such an amazing time together, form new friendships and lifelong friendships that are going to last forever. So just wanted to throw that in there. But we start off in Antarctica in January 25th of 2026. We had added that because I really want to go to Antarctica again, and it is such an epic place. You never know when they're going to take those cruises away, so we're going to do that. It is not an expedition cruise. You're not going to be stepping your feet onto the continent of Antarctica, but it is still remarkable. Gordon and I did that cruise in 2020. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It is definitely worth the trip. It's an entirely different price point and an entirely different experience than you're going to get on an expedition ship. So you have to kind of weigh out what works best for you. So that's what we're going to do. But then as you look at the rest of the year, the cruises that we have are for very specific reasons. And so as you look at those, if you want to join us, we would love to have you, and just know that I am not really looking to repeat a bunch of those again. If we get to, that's great. I also feel an urgency to go while we can go. I always share with you that we have lost several dear friends in the last year or so, and it has really impacted the way that I look at things and look at the ability to travel. And so I want to put in as many wonderful experiences as I can while we're still able to go. We have our minds, we have the ability to do all of the things that we want to do. So I'm just putting that out there. So if you want to join us on something, we have everything from a brand new ship in Alaska, the Star Princess. They had the brand new Sun Princess. They didn't even take her to Alaska. We've got the beautiful Star Princess going. Princess doesn't have another ship on order, so I don't know when we're going to have a brand new ship sailing in Alaska again. We've got that special 250th birthday cruise that celebrates the 250th birthday of the United States of America. We're not going to celebrate 250 years again in this country, and they're not going to be doing a 251st birthday sailing and a 252nd sailing, and everything that Holland America has released about that, it's going to be an amazing cruise. We've got an eclipse cruise in August. How often do you get an eclipse and somewhere that you can see it from a ship? We've got the remarkable cruise that Princess is doing, available with the Majestic Princess, to be able to do a British Isles cruise and combine that with a transatlantic that goes to ports in Norway and Iceland. That's just remarkable. It ends up in New York City. And finally, 50-day sailing that Princess released for 2026. I don't know that Princess has ever done an itinerary like that, and I don't know if they ever will again. Those of you who have sailed a lot longer than I have, let us know in the comments if they have done that. But it is really a special cruise, and I know that it's expensive, but if you were like to chunk that up into separate cruises to try to hit all of those places, you would be spending more money on that. I know, because I've looked as I have tried to decide if it was okay for us to spend that much money on a cruise. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. And we've got that special cruise on the Sun Princess, November 29th, 2026, round trip out of Fort Lauderdale. That was very specifically chosen as well. And so come and join us if you would like to. But I just wanted to let you know how special 2026 is. 2027 is going to be its own kind of special thing. But I just feel like it's really important to let you know why I'm doing this and how we got to this point. But all of those cruises they're just going to be amazing. Okay, so let's talk about what I want you to know very importantly about ChatGPT, about AI, about Googling things. So last night in our live, we were talking about planning some things in travel. Can't remember how it came up, but I remember I said, you can Google that. But as I thought about that more last night and into today, about saying that you have to be very wise when you Google things, because the top things that you get back are not always the thing you're looking for, and they're not always accurate. Alrighty, people, there's a thing like, search engine optimization, SEO, that people can use so that they come up first. And they don't have to be the people that have the correct information. They don't have to be the correct thing, like we were talking about Brazil visas. They don't have to be the actual Brazil visa website. So you have to be really careful as you Google things. Along with that, this morning, I was listening to a video by a very well-known YouTuber. It's not our Don or Tony. I don't know why they're extra special around here, but they are. And anyway, this person I know they used AI because their information was old and some of it was incorrect. And I have asked AI questions, some things about Princess that I know so well. And sometimes I get the correct answer and sometimes I don't. So you have to be very careful in using AI to make sure that you know what they're talking about and make sure that it gets something that is actually accurate. I feel like that is really important to put out there. Some information is not searchable, some is searchable, and they can't always differentiate, even at this point, over what is current and what is not current. And so make sure that as you do your research on places that you want to visit, on cruise lines you want to sail on, that you consider a lot of different sources and very current sources, so that you don't end up in a port using old information. So what you thought you were going to do is no longer an option, or the way to get there is not really the way to get there. All of these different things. So really take a lot of different sources when you're considering what it is that you're going to do. be very cautious. The other thing that I think is so important to know is I was listening to an interview the other day, and it was by the gentleman that started ChatGPT. And as he was talking about things, it's really important to know kind of how AI is going to be used and how it is used right now. So when you search on ChatGPT, and you know what, this kind of sounds like maybe only criminals need to know this, but I don't think so. I think we all need to be really wise with what we do and what we put out there. And ChatGPT is considered like a text or an email in that it, at this time, currently, can be used, is admissible like in court. And so it really matters what you search, how you search it, and just putting it out there that there's so much to consider as the way we access information is changing so much that you have to be wise. You have to make sure that you have correct sources, and yeah, there's just an awful lot there. I don't get my information from AI because I want to make sure that it's accurate. And just putting this out there, let me know. I thought it would be really fun if we talk about in the comments, like, how do you do your planning? How is it that you find out the information that you need to use when you're going to do something? I wanted to throw this in there as well. I tried out AI, trying to use it to find like what time, you know, does like Sagrada Familia open? What time, like I was using it to look for a cathedral that we visited when we were just on this last trip. And so I would look at what AI said, and then I would actually go to the website, for the official website for the place that we were visiting, and see what they officially said the hours are. Sometimes it's accurate and sometimes it's not. So let me know how you do your planning, what sources you use, and we'll talk about this some more in the future, some sources that I think are actually solid sources to use as you do your trip planning. But I really look forward to hearing from you in the comments, and if you have any questions, pop them in the comments, or you can shoot me an email at letsgotraveltips@gmail.com. And thanks so very much for joining me today, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.